Very good afternoon. You're watching Lunchtime News here on TV1. My name is Devi Paldana. Now, before we head into your stories in more detail, let's first take a look at your headlines. Three people dead after being electrocuted. Attorney General states motorists wearing full-face helmets could be prosecuted under the provisions of emergency regulations. Pooja Jayasundara testifies before the Special Parliamentary Select Committee. China's Huawei signs deal to develop 5G network in Russia. In your headline-making stories, 3 people have been killed after coming in contact with a power cable in Gonakamulla area in Akurassa. The Attorney General has advised the acting IGP that riders wearing full-face helmets could be arrested and prosecuted for violating the provisions of the emergency regulations. The General said wearing full-face helmets violates the provision of Section 32A of the emergency regulations published in the Extraordinary Gazette Notification number 2123/4 dated 13th May 2019. Accordingly, the Attorney General has advised the acting IGP to enforce the provision of Gazette Notification number 2007/39 dated 23rd February 2017. Venerable Mawaralla Badya Thero expressed his views participating in Sirisa's Newsfirst Pathikata program. Our country is a country that always gets deceived. Don't interpret the law as a Sinhalese Buddhist law, that is Roman Dutch law. It has been adopted and changed according to the country. Many citizens are in the mindset that they are under a Sinhalese Buddhist government. I don't understand why these people think that any government was conducted in a Buddhist perspective. I saw Middle Eastern media reporting that this is a Buddhist extremist country. I would like to request the Muslim politicians who are giving information to foreign media not to lie. You know this well. This is conducted by politicians and not by the Mahasangha. Muslims don't like Wahhabism. They have to understand that. Muslim citizens who speak with me tell me that they live happily in Sri Lanka than living in the Middle East. We cannot suspect anyone. That is not a wise thing to do. I am not telling to ban face covering only for Muslims but for all. We cannot allow people to travel in motorbikes because it results in many crimes. Wearing masks during the Vesak period is also covering your face. They have to prohibit it in Sri Lanka. Buddhist or not, they should ban covering faces, irrelevant of whether it is a Muslim or Sinhalese. If they are in public, they should not cover their faces because it is hard to reveal their identity.
ත්‍රිනිකායික මහානායක හාමුදුරුවරු හෝ වගකිව යුතු බෞද්ධ භික්ෂුන් වහන්සේලා නෙමෙයි.
The new shrine room of the Yashodhara orphanage in Balangoda was opened yesterday. A donation was made by Chief Sangha Nayaka of California, Venerable Khada Amari Buddhi Thero, for the construction of this shrine. Governor of the Sabaragamuwa province, Dr. Dhamma Disanayaka, and several others participated in the event. We are not facing a good time period. One fact is that there are certain rallies and groups that we cannot stop. The second point is that the Muslim community of the country was unable to halt the Muslim extremists. I think both of us failed in this situation. How can nominal Buddhist groups act leaving aside Buddhist philosophy? We need to discuss this issue. And how can terrorists rise while there is a traditionally peaceful Muslim community? I think these are issues that we should question now.
ත්‍රස්තවාදය මතුවන්නේ කෙසේද? අප ප්‍රශ්න කළ යුතු මාතෘකාව මේ මොහොතේ මේවායයි මට හැඟෙනවා.
A program aimed at the development of the Mithuramulla commenced yesterday in line with World Environmental Day. Foundation stone for a park was laid by Minister of Western Development and Megapolis, Patali Champika Ranawaka. A tree planting program was also held in line with the event. Director of the Urban Development Authority, Sumedha Ratnayaka, Project Development Director YKG Gunatilaka, Chairman of the Colonava Urban Council, Gutila Silva, took part in the event. The minister speaking at the event spoke about the garbage issue in the country.
අද මේ ප්‍රදේශයේ පර්චේස් එකක් මම මේ නගරාධිපතිතුමාගෙන් ගම රුපියල් ලක්ෂ 10ක් විතර වෙනවා කියලා.
If the Urban Development Authority developed this plot of land and sold it, the chairman of the Urban Council says that a perch is around $1 million. The Urban Development Authority could have earned 1 or 2 billion if they did that. The CMC and other people dumped garbage here and the property has been destroyed completely. They did not pay a single cent to the Urban Development Authority for the losses. They sent billions saying this garbage dump will be managed, but when the garbage collapsed we saw that there was no management that has been carried out. Who lined their pockets with this money? Justice Naraikara's committee report has the details of who did this. What is shameful is 34 people died here. Property damage is in billions. The report has come out with the details, but no one has been punished. Now there is no place to dump garbage in Colombo. There are heroes. They say they are going to solve this issue. They say this dump will be taken to England. I told him there is a similar dump in Kelaniya, at least take 10 tons from that. There were rogues like this behind these matters. Our institutions are going forward as profit-making institutions. The Supreme Court has informed today that all petitions filed over the April 21st attacks will be taken up before a 7-judge bench on the 12th of July. In more local news, 2 tipper trucks that were transporting soil without a valid license were seized yesterday in Madagama, Moraragala.
The 2 tippers were taken into custody in Monaragala along the Monaragala-Bibile road. The Madagama police stated one of the tippers belonged to the Madagama Pradeshiya Sabha. 2 suspects who are residents of Madagama have been arrested. According to the police, soil was transported to a private land.
In a raid carried out yesterday, 13 people have been arrested for the possession of narcotics.
The suspects have been arrested following raids conducted in the Hingurakkoda area yesterday. 495 milligrams of heroin and 7 kilograms of ganja has been seized from the suspects. They are between the ages of 21 and 40 and are residents of Hingurakkoda and surrounding areas. The suspects are due to be produced before the Hingurakkoda Magistrates Court today.